Man, man. We in here today, man.
Back at it.
We back at it, man. It's a great day to be a Niner fan, man. I know we're a 2-3 ball club right now, but it's definitely a great day to be a Niner fan. Let me turn
Yeah.
my headset up, but we good. We're in here, man. My name is Akeem, and this is
My name is Blair.
yeah, man. Hey, Blair, man. This is the 49ers podcast, man. I don't know how many episodes this is, but we're in here, man, and I'm really impressed, man. I'm gonna go ahead and shout out us for
Let's
this
do it.
for this quality vintage camera work we got going on this set right here, man. Little overlay
Absolutely.
game. We all right, man. But hey, man,
Yeah.
got
Well,
it.
shout out to
Gold
you. Wait,
gold
shout
standards,
out to
baby.
you.
Gold standards,
Yeah.
baby.
Gold standard.
Gold standards, man. We don't have low level stuff, baby. But
Yeah.
let's go ahead and get into it though, man.
Okay.
It's a lot going on, man. We got big game coming up, Rams prime time. We haven't
Oh
won it.
yeah.
We have not won at home this year. That's kind of like weird to me, but we have not won at home this year. Jimmy G will be there. Looks like E Man is going to be healthy. He's going to play. Hopefully, I see
Yeah.
Quan come out and play.
Yeah.
I know they were showing some injuries on him, but as long as we got E Man and we got our core guys, we should be all right, man. Just looking at the Rams, how do you feel about the Rams, man? How do you feel about the Rams?
That's an awesome question. I think the Rams are much improved from last season.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they didn't ever fall into a rhythm last season. It felt like they were trying extremely hard to get back to their Super Bowl run. And so
Mm-hmm.
this season, I'm seeing a team that starts out extremely fast. Okay. I believe they only lost one game, and it was a game against the Bills, which is a very difficult team.
Mm-hmm.
This team starts out really fast. Okay. They want to hit you with the intermediate passes right through the gut. And
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, right now, the 49ers are not equipped for something like that. So when you ask me how I feel about this, I have some doubts that the Niners are going to be successful in stopping the short intermediate pass game, but there is hope. Jared Goff has not improved to elite status yet. That always gives you an opportunity for a turnover.
Mm-hmm. I, I'm I'm a little optimistic going in, just seeing how Jimmy was last week. You know what I mean? I think having Jimmy last week kind of set the stage for me to have some doubts. I told myself I'm gonna give him to the end of the year. I
Mhm.
told him I'm gonna give him to the end of the year. Shout out. Thanks for tuning in. I
Yes,
really
sir.
appreciate that. But I'm a little doubtful, man. He was throwing picks to the other team like it wasn't even close. I could
Yeah.
see, you throw a quick slant and the corner jump on it or something, steal the ball, something like that. But man, he was throwing it to the other team. Him and Nick Mullins for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It's just it's looking tough for me. And just looking at the Rams, I see the Rams as a good screen team, great screen
Mm.
team.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they got some speed. Golf is accurate. They do stretch the field. They go deep, and they look like us on offense. They run like a lot of zone concept running the
Yeah.
ball. They're physical. And that Aaron Donald is the best football player in the NFL. I think I say it all the time. Somebody better than Aaron Donald in the NFL. I'm talking about any position. I mean, he's a
Yeah.
grown man. I mean, he's really, really good. I think that we need to do whatever it takes to contain him. I think we have the pieces to do it, but our O line is struggling.
Yeah.
We're limping. We're coming in here limping into this game, man. And I think we have opportunity as long as Jimmy G plays well. I'm under the impression that he will because I haven't seen Jimmy G play two back-to-back bad games. I don't know if you can remember that, but I don't
Nope.
remember any. And got to remember what did he lose? He just lost his seventh straight start. I mean, not seventh
Yeah.
straight, but seventh start of his career. Man, that's
It's a good record.
pretty damn impressive.
Yeah, well, I think this game's going to come down to offensive line play for the 49ers. Right now, it's not that the 49ers have a terrible offensive line. It's communication issues. I think
Mm-hmm.
those the pre-snap is kind of what is starting to get us in a little bit of trouble. I think it's a
Mm-hmm.
little bit too complex for a team that is not in rhythm. And you just said it. Aaron Donald is going to have a field day with a team that cannot communicate up front. Jimmy G continues to take hits. We've seen it last game. We've been seeing it since he's been the 49ers quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
I think that is going to be an issue. Expect the blitz. Expect every team to
Oh, yeah.
blitz Jimmy G from this point forward. Like you just said, the
Mm-hmm.
turnover ratio. And I have a feeling Kyle Shanahan, he's going to scheme this game up. He's not going to force Jimmy G to win the game. He knows his defense is hurt. So he's going to try to keep the game close. He's going to try to keep the game slow. Unfortunately, that's not how the Rams play. They're going to try to speed it up, like you mentioned, the screen game. But if you can have a little bit of luck on your side and maybe get some 3-and-outs here or there, disrupt some first downs here or there, then you give your offense an opportunity to play maybe the long game, throw some field goals in there. You're going to see a lot of Robbie Gold. Like the 49ers are going to have to play the field goal game. It's just because the 49ers don't have a rhythm in offense yet. Maybe they'll start to build on that for the upcoming weeks. But right now, you just got to get Jimmy G some 5-yard slant plays. He needs to see the
Mm-hmm.
ball going into receivers' hands and then the receiver going into the end zone. He needs confidence. A friend of mine, shout out to Eric Collins, he called me. He said, "Man, you got to call this. Jimmy G has lost his confidence." And
Mm-hmm.
I'll be honest with you, it looks like he has lost a little bit of his confidence. He goes into the press conference, obviously says all the right things. He gives you quarterback talk. But at the end of the day, when we watch him on the field, it's not a confident quarterback out there. It doesn't look elite.
That's a great point, man. I've been really seeing him not look confident. I mean, I think that's kind of Jimmy's thing, and that's what I kind of love about Jimmy. I think he's
Mhm.
always been confident. It's always like I'm better than everybody on the field, and I love it, man. I love it. So for me, it's more of how is our secondary going to play? After seeing last week, they're going to press us down the field.
Oh, yeah.
And we're gonna have to prove that we can compete. Jason Verrett, big huge stat of Jason Verrett.
Let's hear it.
Um, Jason Verrett has given up just 4 receptions for 24 yards and 3 starts. I mean, I think that is amazing. That is really good. That is something.
Phenomenal
That
work.
is something to hang your hat on and thinking like, yes,
Yeah.
this is it. Like this is something that we can do. Like this is something we can like. Let's just talk about how you feel about Jason Verrett, man.
Well, I think it's tremendous upside for the 49ers. I think you and I were talking about this off air. Jason Verrett is starting to get back into the form we previously seen when he was with the Chargers. Okay, he's
Mm-hmm.
starting to get back into that form. The stat you just gave me, I think a little bit of that is just because the defense as a whole, how we play. But if I look at last game, he wasn't targeted. I mean, at all. I mean, of course, if you have Brian Allen on the other side of you, he is going to be the scapegoat the
Mm-hmm.
entire game. But Brett, I think this can be a piece going forward. The contract situation with Richard Sherman moving forward is it's undecided, it's undetermined. We don't know where that's going to lie. I think now you give the 49ers options with Verrett playing at this high level.
Mm. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about the Rams defense giving up 4.7 a carry. We're averaging 5.0 a carry, which I believe we should ground and pound the ball, take a little bit of pressure off of Jimmy, but not
Yeah.
not give up a lot of points early so that way we have to pass the football. And I think just by watching the film, I was really noticing that we got down so much we had to come out and pass the football a little bit. We couldn't just stick to the run. So I don't know, man. I'm starting to feel a little
Yeah.
optimistic still about us in playoffs and you know, I mean I don't know. Martinez just said that too right now. He thinks we're going to make it to the playoffs, man. Thank you for your comment.
Oh yeah. Well, you're going to get a sample size of this playoff run tomorrow, or not tomorrow, but on Sunday. You're going to see if your running game is going to be stout against a very good front seven. I just the thing about this is Everyone in the league knows what Kyle Shanahan wants to do. He wants to run the ball. They're going to
Mm-hmm.
stack the box. They're going to take that element away from Kyle Shanahan. They're going to force Jimmy G to be the guy.
Mm-hmm.
The NFL is a very cruel game. They're going to force Jimmy G to decide what his career is going to be. That's what it comes down to. Guys want to end your career. I know it's
Mm-hmm.
sick. I know we live in a bubble. We want to act like everything's just about competition and go have fun. That's not what's going on at this level. Okay, so they're going to force Jimmy G to
Mm-hmm.
make some throws, which I'm confident he can make. Okay, everyone, myself included, goes back to the game against the Saints. We've seen him in a duel. We
Mm-hmm.
know that Jimmy G can play at a very high level. He has a very quick release that I think does not. Sometimes it gets him into a little bit of trouble because he thinks he can make some throws that are not there. But I'm telling you, if Jimmy G can just find a way to overcome the turnover ratio, Niners do have an opportunity. But the run game's not going to be there, man. I don't think it's going to be there. They're going to stack the box. They're going to force you to run. And what do? We keep running on first down. We try to run up the gap, or we try to do a bubble screen or something like that. The Rams play us twice a year. They've been playing us. They're going to take that away.
Just thinking about the weapons we got, because we know what Debo Samuel can do. Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle, and just imagine, later, maybe, but I don't know, maybe about 3 more games, man. We're gonna get, Jordan Reed back, and I mean, just look at how healthy we're gonna get with Sherman coming back,
Yeah.
Ronald Blair coming back, um, Williams coming back. I mean, we're gonna make it healthy at the right time. So we really gotta think about, if we look good this week, if we beat the Rams
Yeah.
this week, then you can start saying, okay, last week was a fluke. But if we get embarrassed this week, we need to look at the draft. We get embarrassed. We get embarrassed this week, bruh. We need to look. We're going to be on the clock. 49ers, we are on the clock
Yeah.
if we don't win this week. And I'm just going to let y'all know, man, I love the Niners, man. I am a Niner, diehard Niner, but I'm also a realist. And
Yeah.
as being a realist, we have to all understand, if we go 2-4 and have this gauntlet coming up still, this is part of the gauntlet,
Yeah.
we're in trouble. So I'm just letting y'all
Serious
know.
trouble.
We're not only playing good teams, but we're playing good coaches. And that matters. That matters.
Yeah. Yeah. And like you just said, you're about to go. The Niners are about to go on a tremendous run right here. And I
Mm-hmm.
think I honestly believe the season came down to the previous game. I thought
Mm-hmm.
there's no way you can't lose back to back and expect to have a chance in the NFC West when other teams are winning pretty consistently. However, you have some losses there. Arizona lost. And so, you still have your chances open. Here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to have to win some of those hard games. Like last season was a magical season. There were some games that we weren't supposed to win. And you've seen the 49ers, they were able to overcome, right? This season, we have not been able to do that. We haven't had the magic. We're going to need a little bit of magic on Sunday. Like if you lose this game, like you said, it is draft time on the clock. And I'm just telling you, if Jimmy G, okay, if Jimmy G looks anything like what we seen last week, it's inevitable. You're gonna have to draft a quarterback. You just have to.
You got to
Like,
draft one.
and if you don't, then you have another issue in the front office because they're not recognizing the situation.
Yeah, and I just look at the Rodgers situation. I mean, Rodgers is the baller. But
Yeah.
drafting a high draft pick put fire under his ass.
Yep.
Like, maybe we need to have somebody that's putting some fire under Jimmy's ass to perform. I'm all about competition, and I like Jimmy, man. But we need Jimmy to perform. I've seen ankle sprains, but I haven't seen him come back throwing interceptions like that.
Yeah, that was an excuse
Man.
that they want to give.
They want to give,
but
man. That was something else is up, and I don't know what
Yeah.
else is up, but that didn't look right. I don't know if maybe they didn't practice those plays or something, but it didn't look good at all.
Yeah, he loses his mechanics. Sometimes Jimmy G, he gets lost out there when it's not going right, when it's not flowing, when his running game is not on point. He loses some of his mechanics, and he loves to throw off that back foot.
Mm.
It's been getting him in trouble. Most of his interceptions come off the back foot. Why? Because the pass is sloppy, is wobbly, and it bounces off of a receiver's hands. If you notice that, a lot of his interceptions, I mean, he has some bonehead ones where he's just throwing it to a ghost. But I'm
That's the ones
seeing
I'm talking about.
yeah, I'm seeing. Yeah, those are terrible. I mean, those are just
Hmm.
decision making skills. Football IQ. You would expect more from someone coming out of the Belichick camp.
Mm.
Unfortunately, not everyone is Tom Brady, and we are realizing that. And it's
You're right.
unfortunate that has to happen to us. It's unfortunate, but going forward, the sky's the limit. If he keeps stinking up the joint, the Niners are going to be in a prime position to get a replacement.
Let's talk about this. Let's get to talking about. Let's go to our do better list, and
Oh
and
yeah.
and then we're gonna break it down on who's gonna win on Sunday. We're not gonna be long tonight, but I wanted to definitely talk to you about your do better list. Who do you got this week?
My first do better is going to be on Ross Dwelly. Ross Dwelly last week. I seen
Oh
Ross. I
man,
seen Ross Dwelly's hands were like this. His
yeah.
hands were going forward, and the other person
Hmm.
that he was supposed to block was tackling the quarterback. And then, like we said last
The
week,
Joe Montana.
Jimmy, he did.
He did
He
one of
did one of
them.
those.
He did one of them. So you know what, Ross
Yeah,
Dwelly? Ross Dwelly, you need to do
do
better.
better. Yeah, he
That guy
does.
needs to
He
do
does.
better, bro. I'm telling you, man.
Yeah,
When I seen it, it was almost slow motion. I was like,
yeah. Oh
no.
man, yeah, yeah, and it was bad, fumble and everything. I thought Jimmy G could have got concussed. Like it was
Yeah.
that bad of a hit, man. It was that bad. But
Hey,
another
he's
person
right. Almost killed him, bro. Like
almost killed this man. But another person that kind of was getting Jimmy G killed a
um,
little bit too, Trent Williams. Man, Trent Williams looked real bad. I
yeah, I
don't
think
know what's
all of
going
them
on,
did.
but
It was Trent. And it was the whole line
Pumpkin,
really.
yeah,
But Glenchie looked bad too, bro. He got beat
every week,
too. Every week,
every week,
give up a sack. Mm,
yeah,
McGlinchey gonna
yeah.
give up a
He's
sack every week. Both of
yeah.
them, man.
So we're
I give Trent some because
yeah,
he was in his system, but he hasn't actually played football in a year and a half.
okay.
So I give him that, but he got to get better too. So my do better on my do better list. I'm gonna start off first, okay? Now this guy right here looked the ugliest in his uniform I've ever seen an NFL player look. He had the ugliest number I've ever seen on a football player.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. And also, I've never yelled so hard at people around me on getting this guy out of the game immediately more than I have this guy,
Yeah.
Brian Allen.
Oh
Brian
my
Allen, if you're listening to me, okay, I'm small time, okay? At least you're in the league, right? But
yeah.
let me tell you this small town guy. I've been talking about you all week long to everybody that's going to listen. And I've been
Yeah.
saying you have zero swag in your uni, so I knew that you was going to get beat. If I was a coach on the sideline, I've coached many, many years, and you can almost tell on how players dress and they look and their confidence with their body, they be like, Coach, hey, go route right here. Go route. That's what they were
Yeah.
saying. That wasn't even the play, bro. They're calling go routes on this guy. He's trash. Coach, I
Yeah.
got him. Look at him.
Yeah.
So you know what?
Yeah.
You know what? Brian Allen needs to do better.
Do better. You
Trash.
gotta do better, Brian.
Trash, bro. You are trash. And I was expecting the waiver wire to come on. I was expecting the waiver wire to come on and say, you know what? Uh,
Yeah.
Allen was cut. I would have cut him on the way home, bro.
I think that's a testament to they know it's Robert Sala, man. Like you can't just leave this guy on an island
It's
knowing that he is getting
trash.
yeah, he was getting thrashed like the entire game, charred. And so I don't know, Robert Sala, don't expect him to be a head coach next season. Like I'm not expecting that with this type of performance because, like you said last week, maybe it was the talent.
Hmm.
You know?
I'm who you got? Who's your next? Give me your next. Do better though.
Well, I had Trent Williams and I had Ross Dwelly. I mean, it's it's obvious who really needs to do better when you look at this team. And I know we want to point to one person, this number 10. I know we want to point to that, but it's not that. Let me tell you who it is. It's Kyle Shanahan, and I need him to do better.
Do better. Do better.
You got to do better, Kyle, because he doesn't like situational football. I'm going to keep saying it until he picks this up. I need him to realize it's okay for 4th and 2 to be a quarterback sneak. You know, it's okay for it to be a run play. You don't have to be complex on your short yardage. Realistically, running situations. I'm not a head coach, okay? So I'm not going to sit here and say that I know more than him because that's not the case at all. But I'm just looking at the game for what it is. And I'm like, you actually, like, probability would tell you you have a really high percentage chance of getting that first down by just running it. It's 2 yards. Your chance is going to go low because you're throwing the ball in the air. I don't know. You know what I need? I just need him to do better.
Do better, bro. And I'm with you on that because I seen that it was 4th and 1 and we're in a twin formation and out of shotgun and we give the ball for 1 yard. We have the best tight end in football, bro. And you tell me we can't have him lead block for somebody and run the ball? Mostert was running hard. This cat averaged 8 yards a carry. 90 yards he had in that game. Killing. Come on now.
Yeah.
Man, he was killing. All I'm going to say is, man, you're right, man. So that's a good 3. So I look, Brian Allen, right? So my second one, and this one to me was a little like it was edgy because I like him. I actually like him. I gotta put Jimmy G on the list. Jimmy disappointed me, man. I thought that Jimmy even had the kahunas to bring us back in the game when we were down 27 to 28 to 7. Like I thought, I said, you know what, Jimmy can do it. He can do it. And all of a sudden, Jimmy's giving it back to them even before the half. So you know what, Jimmy? You need to do better.
Do better.
That's horrible, Jimmy. Come on, Jimmy. Come on. Yeah. People bought your jerseys, Jimmy.
That's the most disappointing part.
People's wearing your jerseys around the house. I'm sure slamming it on the ground. I'm sure they slammed it.
You want to know what this reminds me of? You remember when Kaepernick looked really good and then we gave him the contract, everyone bought the jersey and everyone was Kaepernicking and everything. And then he started to like not look good. Everyone started to hate him, started to boo him. I'm telling you, if fans were in the stands, and shout out my boy Eric again, because he was telling me this. If fans were in the stands, Jimmy G would be doing worse because he'd be getting booed. And I'm telling you, let him sneak up the joint. You're going to see fans, the fanatic fans are going to burn the jerseys. They're going to cut the jerseys up. It's just what's going to happen. But Jimmy G has an opportunity Sunday, and I'm not even saying be Peyton Manning. I'm not even saying drop, 400 yards, 4 touchdowns. That'd be nice. But I don't think that's going to happen. But if you can give me about 350 and about 3 touchdowns, 300 to 350 yards, it just shows me you're trying to be, elite. You got to be a QB1. That's what it is. If you're not going to be a QB1, they're going to give him a clipboard. I'm telling you, they're going to give this guy a clipboard again, and he's going to be reading plays in the headphone. He's going to be on the sideline because he's showing us that's the type of player that he wants to be. It's unfortunate, man. It's so unfortunate.
I really appreciate Martinez saying it. Says, hey, Akeem and Blair, I wanted to thank you personally, lifelong 49er faithful. I really appreciate you guys doing the podcast. It was very good for us doing hard times, bro. Hey, man, I appreciate it,
Oh,
man.
always, man.
And you know what? Even more, man. I appreciate you tuning in because we're family, man.
Absolutely.
I be at the games. When I was at the games, man, like there's people I didn't even know. I'm giving away
Yeah.
ribs. You know what I mean? I'm giving away links, man. We out there
Yeah.
tailgating, baby.
Yeah.
We gurmed up in our fits, and I'm like,
Oh, I can't wait.
and I'm walking by people giving me stuff. Like, dude, I love 49ers, man. It's something about
Yeah.
us that makes us unique and special. So you know what? I really appreciate you tuning in, man. We all family, and you know, just man, always, man, we always gonna be honest, man. So let me be honest about
Yeah.
this third guy, okay?
Okay.
I'm gonna get right into it. Robert Saleh, you
Mm.
you don't look like a head coach right now. Um, I don't know. I just think it his scheme is there.
Yeah.
But if you knew zero swag Brian Allen was on an island, you know he just got pulled up for the practice squad. And you're gonna leave him out to dry, that's on you. Yeah, he's terrible. He knows he's coming from the practice squad. He knows that he was not drafted. He knows that he cannot compete with who's in front of him. He was 10 yards off and getting beat by 3 to 4 yards down the field. That is on you not to give him a cover 2 shell. What are we doing, Robert Saleh? Robert Saleh, you need to do better.
Do better. Please do better. We need him to. And if he doesn't do better, that's the thing. Like, the pieces aren't hitting, as the
Yeah.
young people would say, because last season defense was there, special teams was even there, offense, all of it it meshed and it just gelled really well. This season, nobody's helping anyone. Like, offense isn't helping the defense out. Hey, that's my bro right there.
Yeah.
Offense isn't helping the defense out. Special teams every now and then it's helping out, but it's just not cohesive. And so maybe this week you start to see something turn around, but you got to get a rhythm. You know, we need to see offense get into a rhythm. Our offense doesn't look good. It has not looked good at all this entire season. And so season's going to come down to this game right here. You lose this game, you've lost 3 in a row. Like you said, Akeem, look for the draft and look for a quarterback replacement.
Hopefully, I don't have to say it. Every time I tweet 49ers were on the clock, that means our season is over. So hopefully, I ain't got to tweet that. So give me the final score of the game.
Ooh. Okay. And I know Niner fans, they don't like this, but I honestly think we're going to lose this game. I think we're going to lose it 32-13.
So you saying we're
I
gonna get blown out?
I think it's competitive. I think it gets competitive, maybe not even competitive. I think you see the Niners probably try to put some offensive drives late in the game. That's just what the rhythm has been. Like, that's what the Niners MO has been. When it matters, we're not there for some reason. But later in the game, you see some touchdowns. KB got one late a few weeks back. So
I like KB.
I think that, yeah, just 32-13.
Okay.
Rams, unfortunately. Yeah.
So let me say this. I want to say I was leaning towards that, but one thing I will say is people don't understand, but this scheme actually fits our division, fits against our division really, really well. We play like a cover 1 shell, mid zone, kind of flat zone team. And that's what the Rams want to do. The only way the Rams can beat us if they run the football well. And I don't know if you remember, but when Todd Gurley was there and they ran it really well, that's when they beat us. And so I don't think they're going to be able to run the football. So I'm going to say this. We're going to have 28-24 49ers. And I think we'll pull this out. I think Jimmy G will come redeem himself because I haven't seen back-to-back games where he's terrible. I think most of the run for about 160. I don't know. I think I think we got action this week. I think we got action, man. I don't know. I think we gonna have
And they have
E-Man back.
the offense.
We got corners though. We got corners we can play, and as long as our linebackers is there, we should be all right, man. And then we're not going against nobody athletic this week at quarterback, man. Not even a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So we should be all right with that. I'm not worried about him scrambling and running read options on us, man. We can tee off and get a hold of him.
Tell bro, because he wants to know about those 2 points. Our offensive line, I just said it. Special teams isn't helping no one out. We seen, who was that? Was that Kerry White takes it out from the 7 and puts us real far back? At any time, this offensive line can let you down. There can be a safety. I'm just saying this is a division rival. Don't expect it to go exactly as planned. All right. And so I hope I'm wrong. I hope the score is as Akeem said, and I really, really want the Niners to win because then our season continues. But like you said, I have doubts, and I hope we're not on the clock.
Hope we're not on the clock, 49er fans. Hey, so I really appreciate you guys tuning in. Please share and subscribe. Please share it with your friends. Have them subscribe to our YouTube page. We're going to be coming with more fire content. And we're going to start doing a lot more and in regards to the show. We're evolving, and we're getting to the point. We're going to be I'm telling you, it's going to be like ESPN on this thing in a minute. You know what I mean? So I feel good about us, and I feel good about, people chiming in. I try to stay real close to, our people on the show. Man, this is our show. We're all 49er fans.
Yes,
this is our show. We just happen to be the ones talking. So we appreciate it. My name is Akeem, and that's Blair, and we are out of here. Peace out.